My name is Richard Harcuss. I am the Director and Head of Football for Fox Football Vietnam. We run academies across Southeast Asia, predominantly in Ho Chi Minh City at the moment. I also scout for Global Premier Soccer in Southeast Asia. I'm one of their 40 global scouts, my territory being Southeast Asia. And I generally work within football, within the schools, sourcing talent to go to the US, to go to England, and to go to Spain. So, yeah.
So how many years would you say you've been involved in the scouting?
In scouting itself, I would say roughly about a year to a year and a half.
And have you found that? Have you enjoyed it, or is there a sense of responsibility on there, or?
Yeah, I mean, I first and foremost, I'm a coach, so I enjoy coaching, and then it crosses over from coaching into scouting, and I think anyone that's a good scout, there's lots of aspects of coaching involved in that, and anyone that's a good coach, there's aspects of scouting in that. Obviously, a good scout always looks to better, a good coach looks to better his team, and so yeah, being a scout, there's lots of things that you can learn about coaching. The two kind of work off of each other.
So even though you've effectively, obviously you're a football man, you've played, you coached, and now you're on the scouting side. What made you look at doing the PFSA course?
It was something that came up that I thought that was really lacking within football, and what the PFSA do is really interesting. I think it's a hugely important aspect, and possibly a cog that's missing within the structure of football. The respect that should be given to coaches that is sadly, to scouts, that's sadly lacking at the moment. It's an emerging part within football, and so it's a hugely exciting thing to get involved in at the moment. And I think what the PFSA are doing just now, really, it's expanding and growing an exponential rate across, not just in the UK and Europe, but across the world. So it's a really exciting time to get involved at this moment, because I mean, I foresee it to double in size and just keep going. So from my point of view of scouting in Southeast Asia, to be part of it and having links to the UK and to Scotland and England, it's a hugely exciting thing to be part of, and I could see the PFSA being at the forefront of all scouting.
And what would you say would be, the biggest surprise or thing that you weren't aware of that Jerry first over the last few days?
I wouldn't say surprised, I'd say more confirmed. I think the caliber of the people that are on the course, the huge array of background, national players, media journalists, and people who have huge passion of footballs. The scouts, you can always learn more constantly every day. I mean, the more contacts they make, the more people that you speak to. And so coming along to the course, seeing the caliber of those that were on the course is hugely inspiring. And you're not a good coach and you're not a good scout if you're not continually learning. And certainly the minute you walk in, you think, this is an environment where I can learn. These are a lot of people that I can learn from, which is hugely part of being part of the PFSA.
And you mentioned before about the confirmation of certain facets of your scouting and what you do. Do you think it gives you a bit more reassurance that you're doing things right, but it probably just gives it a bit labels and allows you to compartmentalize? Yeah,
you're absolutely correct, because for all the wonders of the sunshine and the excitement and the palm trees of being in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of graft there as well. There is a lot of disconnect, and so obviously it's to be able to come into a company under the PFSA and see what they're doing and see that the solid links, the concrete foundations that they have, and to see that it's going somewhere and being part of that, rather than, no disrespect to the way that things are run in Southeast Asia, because that's part of the reason I'm there, to help move football forward, to be able to be part of something that already has the foundations in place, already is pushing the boundaries of football. And everything in football, from top to bottom, from youth academies, it's all about hard work, and then gaining your rewards from that, because obviously that's something that we try to then teach to the players, and if the coaches can do that to try and better themselves, then you're creating a good example to your players.
So when you get back, what's going to be the first situation or environment that you're allowed to impart your new confirmation and reassurance on what you've done here?
Well, I mean, I have a notepad full of stuff to take back. I'm looking forward to be able to go through that as well. I think from just speaking to the coaches about certain drills that they do, from looking at the player identification and how I can install that into the players of these are the things that scouts are looking for. I mean, I already speak to the boys a lot and say the girls that I coach and the boys that I coach that always play your game as if the scout of your favourite team is watching you, because if you can always perform to that level, then that's the level that you hope to achieve and to work towards. And now with this, I'll be able to hand them the form from the PFSA and say, this is the exact thing that the scouts are looking for. And then we can go through that. And then, so it's not just me that's learning, it's the people that will be able to learn from my experience of being here.
So from what you're saying there, this is probably a global transferable template that regardless of the country, regardless of the territory, regardless of the league, this is something that should be the blueprint in order to player identification.
Absolutely, because I mean, football itself being universal, and the universal aspect of your technical, tactical, physical, psychological, and these things can differ slightly between different cultures and countries, but the basis of football is the same and the ideas of football is the same. So it's transferable skills that we can pass on to the players. And so the more scouts that are qualified from here can then take that information and move that information and those qualifications, and others can benefit from it. So you can only see positive things that will come from it.
Absolutely, Mike.